This is Colourhex's VOD. He has a Masters Anna. It said Zarya, so maybe he switches second half. But Eichenwalde, YOLO, Shadow Play, no audio, which I'm down with. Whatever. Positioning's good at the beginning. That's fine. You don't really want to use that nuke right there. There's no reason to use the nuke. I mean, I'm being overcritical, but you're Masters, so you need to be overcritical. You just save that shit for when you actually need it. The cooldown's actually not that big on nuke. It's like 10 or 12 seconds, I think. Maybe it's higher, but you waste it here. I'm not going to say like you're going to get punished for it, but you might get punished for it. And if you get punished for it and you don't have it, you're going to be like, shit, I really wish I had that nuke. So try not to do stuff like that. You also burned your cooldown on the sleep dart when there was no obvious way of hitting it, I guess. I mean, that's not the biggest deal. Spamming sleep dart's not a bad idea in general. But save your nuke for when it's like useful. Like when you can get a kill or when it really makes a difference in someone's health. Like when you use it the first time you got. So like there you should have nuked, but I don't think you expected your Mei to die. Your Mei got charged, I guess. No, he got flashbang killed, so you couldn't have done anything. He was out of line of sight. Your aim is actually really good on those heals. Blind sleep dart, no reason to. That's a good nuke, but it's a little too late. I feel like you should have saved this. Like, don't blind sleep dart because it's such a big ability. But what it is. This is good. I'd probably nano boost the Zarya here. Keep her alive. I don't know what her ult was at. Your whole team just dies though. But you're kind of running here. Like you should just go fight this Reaper or the Genji rather. Because you can definitely take the fight with the Genji. Surprised that your Reinhardt bailed on you so hard there. I don't know why he did. I don't really want to say that's your fault. I think that's definitely the Reinhardt's fault for you dying. Like he was with you and then bailed. But you guys have so many ults right now. I can tell if this game's in the middle of the night because you have 3 diamonds on your team, a top 500, and 2 masters. But from your perspective, you're playing fine right now. High ground's definitely good here. If you just sit up here, this is definitely where you want to be. Good position, just run away. You're baiting yourself, which was nice. Your team cleans up behind you. The cart's still kind of moving here, so like right now you want to just take a fight. Like every time Nano Boost is on cooldown, you kind of want to use it as fast as possible because it's the fastest building ult in the game. And every time that you're not using it is just like a time where you could be getting it again. So life is hard. Your Reinhardt's dead. So like right now, I don't want to say you should nano boost the Mei, but it wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to nano boost the Mei there. You're gonna lose the fight anyway. And you'll probably be fine. I mean, you still haven't used nano boost. Like you're playing fine in terms of positioning and healing. But I think not using these nano boosts ideally. Or did you use it there? I don't even see who you use it on. Maybe it was on someone that died. How often should you bait yourself as a support? I mean, you should bait yourself all the time on every hero, in my opinion. Like, you don't have Sleep Dart here. If you had Sleep Dart here, you could have easily countered this Reinhardt, but you wasted it on nothing before. And, like, that's what makes the difference a lot of the time. And, like, you don't have to panic against Genjis, because Genjis are kind of hard to... Like, you're really hard to kill as a Genji. Like, Genji versus Ana, I wouldn't say is, like, such an easy kill for the Genji at all. As long as you're really patient with your cooldowns, because you can just nuke the ground, keep yourself alive. You need a Sleep Dart. You can't Sleep Dart when they're... What's it called? You can't Sleep Dart when they're reflecting. So, I mean, you did that there, and that was a problem. Just life. Your Mei's cleaning up, though, which is nice. Used on Ryan? Oh, he used on Ryan at the beginning? I didn't see. My bad. We brain fart every now and then. I just saw the Reinhardt die. But maybe I just like, maybe my brain just shut off for that 5 seconds. That's been known to happen. Might be, might be. McCree's out of position. That's not really your fault. It's McCree's fault. You're in a good spot right now though, because that McCree definitely wants the high noon, and as long as you're there somewhere to hit the sleep dart, you should be fine. But you should know that he wants to hit the high noon right now. Yeah. May! Alright, so that's not your fault if you get killed there. But that was good from you, because you anticipated that. But honestly, that wall might have fucked you even more, because you wound up not having... I mean, you had to choose, right? Nano or sleep dart the Reinhardt or sleep dart the McCree, but... in theory, I think the Mei should have been on the ground with you guys, so I think that's the Mei's fault that you guys lose this. Now you're in that weird spot where you held all the way up to the end of the bridge, but now they're going to get in for free, so this is pretty bad. I mean, it's just bad news for you guys. Again, you're kind of using your nukes here for kind of seemingly useless purposes. But, that's on your Reinhardt, I think. Once the Mei wall goes up, your Reinhardt should have charged in. But you could argue that your positioning could be farther back right now. You don't really have any reason to be so far up. You could be up on the ledge. I mean, your healing doesn't get worse with distance, so you don't need to be on the ground here. You can definitely just get up on that back ledge. But I understand that you guys want to control the front now, so this is fine. What is that? Give me that. Give me that. What is that? This is fine. Keep damaging the Reinhardt shield. You should be able to hold here. I mean, you have a Mei. You have yourself. What is that? Give me that. What is that? That like has a piece of wood. No, I don't understand where she got it. You should have nano boost right now, the Reinhardt. Just get it over with, because in that position, you don't actually know what's going to happen. That's a good nano boost. It's a little late, but if they had gotten the pin or something there, you would have been so screwed. Again, with the sleep dart, a little panicky. Your team's just going all in here. I don't hate it though, because you killed their Rein. You can just abuse them. Now the Rein respawns and they burn the ult. What is this? Don't eat this. Garbage. It's like a piece of like molding or something from when I got my floors redone. But yeah, now they don't have nano boost. You should be hitting tab more often also. I don't know who on your team has ult. That was a good nuke. You hit everyone in the graviton. Get earth shattered, but that's unfortunate. It's an awkward fight because your team's winning, but they're burning ults. But the McCree's getting way too much value out of his hero. Again, you should just get up on the high ground here. Like, especially right now. You're the only one there. There's no reason for you to be this far up. And this ult on the Reinhardt isn't bad. But you probably could have waited until your last player was alive. I think you're still missing someone, right? Are you? I don't know. You're really not hitting tab. I mean, that's like a micro mistake on every hero, not just one. But you want to know what your team has, and it'll affect how you play, depending on what you know people have up and what they don't have up. Like, it's obviously not your job to hit sleep darts on this McCree, but if you do hit sleep darts on the McCree, it's a big deal. So, like, you don't want to ever be wasting your sleep darts. I mean, unless you think you're going to hit one. Kind of rough. But, I don't know. That was a pretty good round from you. No complaints. But yeah, I mean, you could definitely argue that your positioning could have been back more on the third point. I mean, second point, I think you played fine. First point, I don't know. It's all about nuke usage more than anything else. But hit tab more, because knowing what people have is more important than anything else in this game, to be honest. Like, it's a big deal if you know that your teammates have ult, because you'll expect how your teammates are going to play. Like, if your Reinhardt has Earth Shatter, you can kind of anticipate that he wants to use it. Maybe not with all these diamond players on your team. It's such an odd lineup that they gave you top 500 and then 4 diamonds. Weird. But, yeah. Now you're playing Zarya and Eichenwalde with no Lucio. Kind of a rough life. Lack of comms is really weird, or like the lack of game sounds is weird, because there's definitely stuff to learn from game sounds all the time, like positioning cues, audio cues, voice line cues. Like, audio in this game is so important, actually, more so than most games, I think, because footsteps are very, very loud in Overwatch. Sahara comp. I mean, this push is probably dead on arrival unless you can like salvage it, but I wouldn't even bother trying to salvage it. If you can get a pick here, it's a really big deal, but if you die here, it's a lot worse. Good corner usage. Your teammates need to break the shield, though. I mean, you're not going to do it. You're playing Zarya, but... Overcommit on the Mercy, that's fine, though. I mean, this is worth... I don't know how you're getting away with this. Like, why isn't anybody punishing you from behind? This is a decent push with trans. I don't know. Your teammates are, like, very far back for some reason. But you could have definitely frontlined more there. And your teammates are saving you, but... I don't know, this is kind of stompish. Like, there was nothing particularly interesting about this push other than your teammates got through the choke and you killed the Mercy. Should also, in general, be waiting for teammates to take damage before you shield them. You don't have health bars on for teammates, which I think is a mistake. Especially for Masters, like, not having it on is a big deal. You don't know who has what damage, or what health, rather. I think it's a little bit difficult. You definitely burned way too many ults there. Like, that Mercy Res should have been obvious to your teammates. That Earthshatter was really bad. But your Tracer's cleaning up, so it's fine. Good Graviton Pulse Bomb combo, but if you know the Mercy's up, that Earthshatter is bad, but obviously that's the fault. But this is kind of a roll. I mean, I don't know what the enemy team is doing at this point. Like, your teammates are comboing ults together and the enemy team just isn't. So, I mean, obviously, like, this will happen. But again, like you're not hitting tab to find out who has what, or even what the enemy team is playing. Like you don't even know if they switched heroes yet. And like the game sense from you is gonna make a difference in that scenario. You definitely want to know who has ults and like what heroes they're coming back as. Maybe you're like too confident right now, but I'm sure that you knowing if they have a Reaper or if they have a Bastion or something will like change the way that you approach the next fight. Like not keeping track of your teammates and the enemy teammates and who has what ult and stuff like that will like screw you up in the long run. You can play around that health pack more on the left here. Like, you can take damage. You're not going to die to a Roadhog hook, especially if you have the health pack there. You trade Reinhardt for Reinhardt, so you guys should probably go here. I mean, I don't know how close you're going to be to ults and stuff, but you definitely should have walked to the left there knowing that that was going to happen. Like, that would have been the first thing I did, was just get behind a wall or grab a ton immediately. That's actually a pretty big deal. I mean, you traded for their trans, which is better than I guess you could have asked for. I'm surprised that they even felt like they needed trans there when you guys are down Zarya and Reinhardt, but they're old and they blizzard, so you guys are probably fine. But now you need to back up. Like if you get caught out here, that's really bad. Their Mei is just like feeding, but takes out the Ryan or your Pharah. So now you have a Mei behind you, which I don't know, forgot about. Goes. Your Anna kills her. And yeah, it gets hooked, but they don't have a Mei, so I don't know what that Graviton was. I just Graviton both tanks there and been completely fine. I don't know, it's hard to push this map as Zarya. Like you need your teammates with you at all times. You want to get on top of the Mei ice block if you can, just so you can like prevent that situation from happening. Hard to counterplay the Mei wall, but if you're standing literally on top of the ice block, 9 times out of 10 you'll get pushed up with the ice block or the ice wall that comes out. Good ice shot here. Game. How did they not kill you there? Just the footsteps. Why are they like feeding? Enemy team, I don't know, it's a low level game. Or looks, I don't know why they're trying to fight you in there. You have like full Zarya charge. Good. It's like you're playing a lot more aggressive here, which is way better than before. But I don't even know what they're running. I don't think they have a Reaper. They're running like McCree, Winston, Zarya. Like they're not gonna kill you. Weird. This is like very stompish, this game. Like it felt pretty stompish because you got like a 15 kill streak. So I don't know what to say about your play other than good job, I guess. Like the McCree and them feeding you was really bad. But I don't know. Like offense wasn't, the mistakes on offense weren't like anything that would, anything that you didn't matter, I guess. This is a good graviton. You got pulse bomb combo. This Earth Shatter sucks, but you can't fix that. Kill this Mercy, which was really good, but the whole offense was like very straightforward. I don't know. I'd say hit tab more though. I mean, if you're trying to get from Masters to Grandmasters, the only difference generally map awareness and like hero awareness and ult awareness. Like you definitely weren't paying attention to the enemy team's composition as much as you should have. You definitely weren't paying attention to your team's ult situation as much as you should have. I mean, maybe you were saying, oh, Trish, you have ult and comms, but I don't hear voice audio, so I'm not really sure. But your Ana positioning could have been better. Your Zarya was fine. That map is just, Eichenwalde is pretty straightforward, I think. But I feel like you were gifted a lot of pushes because the enemy team wasn't on your skill level. Like, this was a Masters VOD, but you were playing against Diamonds. So, you could get away with almost anything. I mean, I don't want to, like, flame anybody that sends in VODs, but if you're going to send in a VOD, like, it should probably be against people on your skill level. Because having like one person on your team that's top 500, 4 diamonds, you're the only Masters on your team against like the same thing on the other team, it's like, okay, you just stomped 4 people and then one person on the enemy team maybe could have killed you. I don't know. I don't feel like there's a lot to learn from that.